Hi guys, welcome to A to Z United. This is Anand here and I'm joined by Ankit. Ankit, it's good to see you, brother. But last night's result was not at all good. Manchester United, out of all the odds, have lost to Sheffield United at Old Trafford. Who would have saw this coming? Sheffield United, the bottom place team, they just won one game prior to the victory at Old Trafford, and that was against Newcastle United. And Manchester United, who are potentially a title challenging team, we could have gone top of the table, of course, with a game, a game that has been extra played over Man City. We could have gone on top of the table, but we lost that chance, and I'm very disappointed, Ankit. But brother, what were your thoughts, on this game?
So this is basically Manchester United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in a nutshell. We do all the hard work. We go into the semi-finals of the cup competitions. We can go on beautiful consecutive runs, 17 games unbeaten away from home, 3 months without a defeat in the Premier League. And when it matters the most, when we have the time to capitalize, when we have the opportunity to go top of the table, as always, we bottle it. And about yesterday, I felt this result was coming, but not specifically against Sheffield United. The way we are playing, I think smash and grab type of victories, I think it wouldn't have lasted. And I felt that uh, uh, not a defeat, but a general point drop is coming in. But I felt that will be against Arsenal. But losing against Sheffield United yesterday was just not acceptable, specifically at home. As you said, Sheffield United has just won one single game in this 20 Premier League matches, and that shows how terrible they are. And losing to such an opponent after winning the Liverpool game is, I think, a massive setback for Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side. The only thing that I
Uh,
feel that, yeah,
yeah. No, I was just about to add a point to what you said is that Sheffield
mhm.
United did not create anything much yesterday as well. We conceded a goal from set piece. It was a regular set piece which we conceded from. And the second goal was just, I mean, I have no words for that. If that's the attitude that we are going to games and defending, then we are not going to win anything. That is for sure. But yeah, Ankit, yeah, as you were saying, please.
And this has happened time and time again. When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took over, I think we went on a terrific run. And once we won against PSG, I think that was a game that we all thought that Manchester United are back. And then after that, it went flat. We lost to Everton 4-0 at Goodison, and then we missed out on top four in the first season of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Solskjaer was that was in charge. Last season, start of the season, we were flat again. We signed Bruno Fernandes, and then things picked up. We finished third last season with the help of our front three. This season again, our start was terrible, but again we managed to pick ourselves up and found ourselves in top of the table, which was an excellent opportunity to capitalize and take that lead ahead uh, of the chasing pack, because at this time around we have just not one or two teams, we have like 3 to 4 teams who can challenge for the title. West Ham with the same game slate are 5 points behind us, so that shows that how much of a tough season this is. And if United do not step up and show this similar type of attitude and go with this mentality, then I don't think we are anywhere title challengers, let alone the top four, right? So now, man, I now I'm very worried about that Arsenal game, because I felt that was a tough game, specifically after this game, because I felt that this was a comfortable win. I think even if we have won 1-0, I think I would have taken it. 3 points at the end of the day, that is all that matters. But now against Arsenal, I'm literally worried, because they are good, playing good. They are back in form, and yeah, man, this is what I expected.
No, that is true, Ankit, because February we are having a very tough list of fixtures. We'll be playing Arsenal, we'll be facing Everton, Southampton, West Ham, and then we'll have West Brom as well. So I think this season what the Premier League has proved is it's not going to be an easy ride this time along. And you could see how Liverpool are struggling, big time. They're struggling big time. Only Man City are winning games comfortably. That's what you can say about. But speaking of yesterday's game, Ankit, none of us saw this coming. Of course, we knew that Sheffield United were a dodgy opposition, but we also had this character of winning this gritty nitty gritty games, right? We showed this character of winning it, so we all thought that at Old Trafford we just defeated Liverpool and we could have taken this game against Sheffield as well. So Ankit brother, what I would like to ask you is, what did go wrong? What went wrong exactly? How did we find ourselves going back to twice and then eventually losing the game, and then we couldn't even recover? What went wrong exactly?
I felt that yesterday, I think it was not 100% down to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think the players have to take the responsibility because none of them turned up yesterday. None of them. Even Bruno Fernandes didn't have a game, didn't have a look into the game. Yes, in the second half, in the starting minutes of the second half, he looked bright, but after that, it again went flat. Our front three, I think it is very concerning. And now, Marcus Rashford, Greenwood, and Martial, they're not getting goals. They're not even having good, clear-cut chances to even score that goals. Initially, when we are on form, we are still in form. I'm not saying that, but when we were not playing well, I think we were creating a lot of chances, and these guys were missing those chances. So, at this point of time, we are not even creating that chances. So it looks very
And there was a lot of
poor.
sideways passing as well, right? Yesterday, Telles was playing
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Wan Bissaka was playing across to Telles, and we could see a lot of that happening in yesterday's game.
Everything, yeah, yeah. In everything in yesterday's game came from the right hand side. I think Alex Telles on the left hand side didn't provide anything, didn't provide the width, didn't have the crosses that he always does. So yes, man. Yesterday I feel that the players have to take the responsibility more than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But if I need to point out one thing that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to improve is that substitutions. We are
Mm-hmm.
2-1 down at home to Sheffield United, rock bottom, who are rock bottom at the table. And what we do is we get Donny van de Beek and Luke Shaw at the 80th minute. So that tells us that he doesn't trust his bench, which we have all know that he doesn't. But in such type of situations, I think he should make the substitutions earlier. Because
Mm-hmm.
Donny van de Beek, when he came on, he looked the brighter and the sharper player among all the players that we had on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what Anthony Marshall is going through right now, but his form has been abysmal, and he didn't get substituted last night. I think, which is also one shocker because he didn't had a great game yesterday. And bringing in Donny van de Beek at such a late stage, I think he couldn't have had impact on the game. So the negative point for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer yesterday was I think he should have made the substitutions earlier, considering that we were not able to do or even make an impact on the game. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
so for yesterday, I think both the manager and the players are in fault, and the attitude that they showed yesterday, specifically defending on the second goal, I think was terrible.
Terrible, terrible.
No champion side you see it. Maybe City or Liverpool will not defend when they are challenging for the title this way.
Mm-hmm.
No team has ever defended in such a way if they're challenging for the title. So, and also one thing that we were in this bandwagon that yes, we are at the top of the table, and that has gave Ed Woodward and the board a chance to say that oh, we do not need any signings. We are at the top of the table, and
Mm-hmm.
what massively we have all known for such a long time that we do not have a good centre back, and
Mm-hmm.
that centre back was a priority signing this January transfer window, and we haven't signed anyone. So that
Mm-hmm.
again is a massive letdown from the board as well because when you are in a position where you can capitalize, you always go on a stronger foot. You don't hold back. Okay, we'll see what happens at the end of the season. No, this is not the approach that can win us titles.
Mm-hmm.
So
And the amount
massively
of
disappointed.
correct, Ankit. And just to continue your point over there with the centre back thing, Solskjaer is not helping the team by chopping and changing the centre backs pairings, each and every game. Eric Bailly is fit, but he's not featured against Sheffield. This was the perfect game for him. Sheffield are just going to possess the physical threat, that's all. They're not going to bring any technicality. They're not going to cut and carve the oppositions apart, not at all. It's just going to be one long ball from, behind the defense, and, one striker just heading the ball, winning it. And it's these individual battles basically. So definitely, Ankit, as you mentioned, I think even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with his chopping and changing of the defense each and every week, each and every game is just not helping with anyone as well. So yeah, Ankit, yeah, as you were also saying, yeah.
Yeah, I am still baffled why he still didn't play Bailly yesterday because he, as he said in this press conference, that he was fit and available, but I think he was not even on the bench. And
Hmm.
if you want to start someone at the center back pairing, and if you want to play Bailly against Arsenal, then I think you should have gone with the Maguire and the Lindelof partnership. At least they have a little bit of stability, and they'll not concede in such a manner that we did, specifically the second goal. So I think his team selection yesterday was again a bit of confusing because Matic didn't had a great game either. I think if we had played Fred in that department, I think we could have got a little bit of extra speed and tenacity, which we lacked because the game was played, I think, at a very boring pace, and we
Hmm.
didn't have the chances or created enough chances to even test Ramsdale at goal. So that shows how poor we were yesterday.
So definitely, Ankit, to sum it up, this was a poor performance, poor, yeah, a lot of poor decisions that led to Sheffield United's victory, or basically a defeat. And it's a game week to forget, definitely for sure. But of course, we have a big upcoming game coming up against Arsenal, and so there's no time looking back and crying over spilt milk, because what's happened is done. At the end of the day, we are still second, and I'm sorry, Manchester City definitely have the chance to make a gap, basically take 4 points, have a 4 point gap between us and them as well. So I think the only way I feel is, if we have to challenge for the title this season, is the only way we can do it is constantly winning more games, and which is really difficult due to the tough fixtures that are coming. But let's just hope and see where where we end up at the end of the day, right? So yes, Ankit, thank you so much for your views and opinions as well. And finally, of course, what I would like to ask you is, of course, it was a pretty bad game, but according to you, who was our best player on the pitch?
Don't even ask that question. Forget it. There was no player who even created one chance or gave his heart out yesterday. I think
Mm,
Donny van de Beek when he came on and Luke Shaw when he came on, I think looked brighter. They tried to change the game, but it was too little, too late.
mm,
And for yesterday, I don't think anyone deserved the man of the match.
mm. I mean, I would, of course, nobody does deserve the man of the match, but I would still give a shout out to Nemanja Matic, who was actually, he was really helping the
Hmm.
defense, and I mean, he was putting in a shift, definitely.
Hmm.
And of course, none of our front line, they assisted, with tracking back and then not conceding that second goal. That's for sure.
Hmm.
But yeah,
And
hopefully
I
it
think
was
Harry
a.
Maguire, yeah, Harry Maguire again looked vulnerable yesterday against playing with Tuanzebe. There was a chance there was a chance if you remember that which Bruno Fernandes cut it out
Hmm,
within our final third, and Harry Maguire let the player just
just
walk
come.
past him. So I think,
Correct, correct,
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
That was tough one.
So that was again one horrible piece of defending.
And we again conceded two goals.
And then
So
people say that we do not need a centre back. So
exactly, exactly, exactly. But yeah, definitely, it was a tough day to forget. Tough day at the office. But hopefully, our results do improve, and let's see if we could restart again and then put those consecutive run of fixtures, consecutive form as well. At least win like 5 to 6 games in a spin, or at least have like 8 out of 10 victories or 9 out of 11 victories. That would be the next best thing to do. So,
yeah,
Ankit,
and I think
yeah.
this is the right time that I think the mentality of this squad is going to be tested because yes, now we have lost a game against an opponent that we shouldn't have been losing this game, but now the mentality is going to be checked because if we start losing games again, I think then we are back as to what we were at the start of the season, and then the top four, the battle for the top four will be on again. So
Mm,
it is a matter of games, and the next three fixtures are against Arsenal, the Saints, and Everton. So they are not going to easy. They are not easy fixtures. They are very dodgy, and specifically looking at all these teams, they are in form. So if United do not turn up and play like the way we played yesterday, I think we are not getting any points from that game.
no, for sure, for sure, for sure. I hope that the tables have not completely changed, right? The first half of
Yeah,
the season, we defeated
top of
everyone
the
from the
table.
bottom. Exactly, yeah, we lost only
Hmm.
to the top.
Hmm.
But this time we defeated Liverpool, and here we go. We lost to Sheffield United. So hopefully, anyways, hopefully this doesn't happen again. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll definitely get you more reaction and updates as well on the upcoming videos and any other hot topics related to Manchester United. Until then, we'll see you next time.